In today's video, I'll be going over all the new VR games coming for the month of August and a little bit of VR news. Some of you may be aware that Star Citizen hinted at VR compatibility almost a decade ago, and according to Upload VR, owners of the Oculus DK1 got a limited VR demo inside a space hangar where you could explore your ships and even sit inside them. But now the developers have confirmed testing for the VR version is going to start in a couple of months, and the game's Star engine already supports VR natively. Personally, I think this game is the perfect fit for VR, and I'm very much looking forward to checking it out, but I think we'll be waiting well into 2026 to do so. We also got a brand new gameplay trailer for Syberia VR, which I spoke about a couple of months back and I wanted to update you, and it's coming exclusively to MetaQuest 3, and is a remake of a click and point adventure puzzler originally released back in 2002, and the launch of the VR version coincides with the flat screen remake. You play as Kate Walker, an American lawyer sent to finalise the sale of an old automaton factory. What starts out as a simple legal task quickly transforms into a journey across Europe and into the frozen heart of Syberia. As Kate arrives, she discovers the factory owner has just passed away, and the inheritance and the sale cannot be completed without Anna's brother Hans, a reclusive genius long thought dead, but who may still be alive somewhere deep in Syberia. Driven by curiosity and a growing personal transformation, Kate abandons her legal life to follow Hans' trail through forgotten towns, snowy forests, and eerie mechanical outposts, many of which are populated by automatons, which appear to be built by Hans himself. The game clearly wants to be an emotional experience as your character Kate begins to question her own life choices, career ambitions, and her identity. Her pursuit of Hans becomes more than just a business. It's about rediscovering what it means to be human. On August the 7th, we get Hidden Memories of the Garden, and it's coming to PCVR and MetaQuest. It was originally a flat screen game that launched in 2018. You'll play as a character called Frent, revisiting old memories from his childhood friend Arena after finding her diary while moving house. From there you explore beautifully surreal islands, each built around a memory, using time manipulation and immersive hand-tracked puzzles. From the info I can find, this isn't just a port, it's been rebuilt for VR with over 40 brand new puzzles, all designed to be played with your hands. And it doesn't matter if you didn't play the original, because apparently this is a brand new game. On August 14th, we get Frost Survival VR on PCVR and MetaQuest, and it sounds like one of the more promising VR survival games we've had in a while. You're thrown into a freezing wilderness where staying warm is just the beginning. You need to craft tools, hunt for food, and build shelters, all in the hopes of surviving long enough to see the next blizzard. There's also a sanity system, and if you ignore it for too long, you'll start seeing hallucinations that can actually hurt you, which is the one bit I'm thinking could be really good if it's done well. I'm not sure if any of you remember Eternal Darkness on the GameCube, but that had a similar sanity system, and it went as far as making you think your TV had turned off and resetting the game, breaking the fourth wall. But anyway, this game is classed as a psychological horror, and it can be played alone or in co-op, and it's apparently going to be cross-platform. So if you do play co-op, you'll be working together to keep each other alive. You have to gather supplies and defend your base. It's also being developed by Winkley Studio, the team behind Elven Assassin and Survival Nation, and I actually liked both of those games. On August 12th, we have World War Z VR for PCVR, PSVR2 and MetaQuest, and the latest trailer made it look far less on the rails than the previous trailers and shows a hefty amount of zombies on the screen or in the headset. It is a port of sorts of Saber Interactive's current flat screen game, but unfortunately there won't be any multiplayer features like the original version, but will instead focus on a single player campaign. One of the most interesting quotes from the press release is you'll be able to take on up to 200 zombies in the headset at once, which will be pretty impressive if they pull it off on the Quest. There will be 7 characters to choose from, each with different abilities and weapons with varying levels of difficulty. I think it's going to cost around $20, and after the developer's last game Mud Runner, which I personally really enjoyed, I'm looking forward to checking this out, even though the early hands-on impressions from the press have been pretty mixed. On August the 18th, we have Hide the Corpse, which is actually a brilliant game on the Quest, and it's now coming to PSVR 2. The basic premise, which actually sounds pretty dark when you think about it, is you have 4 minutes to hide a dead body before the police show up. This is a ragdoll physics game, and that's where the fun really lies, and the levels get pretty crazy too, from being in an apartment to ending up in a spaceship in zero gravity. It basically turns into complete chaos as you race against the clock. and it includes a lot of trial and error to stop the police finding the corpse. On August 21st, we have Grit and Valor 1949 coming to PCVR, PSVR2 and MetaQuest, and it drops you into a tactical battlefield where World War II collides with diesel punk mechs. You're the commander of an elite squad, and the battlefield is laid out like a giant tabletop, and you move your units with your hands or your controllers, placing mechs, issuing orders, and you have to adapt to the battle in real time. Every mission is procedurally generated, and you have to upgrade your squad, spend scrap to enhance your mechs, and take on massive bosses. It's also considered a roguelike because if you lose your command vehicle in battle, then your run is over. Also, if you already own the game on Steam, you'll get the VR version for free. On August 21st, we have Virtual Skate, and it's dropping on PCVR and MetaQuest. It's a fully physics-based sim that sees you doing tricks, grinding rails, using your hands similar to Skate VR. There's solo play and online with up to 4 players. There's community maps and some iconic skate spots. There's also a filmer mode, so you can rewind your gameplay and then shoot your tricks from any angle. And of course, there is customization for your skater, deck and wheels. Now personally, I found Skate VR pretty hard to get to grips with, so I'm hoping Virtual Skate is aware of this and has some new gameplay mechanics to make the game just easier to play. On August 27th, we have Space Explorer Ultimate Edition coming exclusively to the MetaQuest. It's developed by Emmy Award winning Felix and Paul Studios, and this will combine all the previous Space Explorer experiences, but also has some new content featuring the immersive Mission to the ISS, which I absolutely loved on the original Quest, but when I jumped in recently, it does look pretty dated, so I'm hoping the Ultimate Edition brings the game, especially the resolution, up to date. And there's also a full Mission to the Moon built around NASA's Artemis return. The best bit about these experiences, especially in VR, is feeling like you're in a zero gravity environment, using only your hands to move around and interact with floating objects. Overall though, I would call it more of an interactive documentary, but it doesn't stop it being awesome. And from the notes I found, this new version will also have mixed reality support. Iron Guard Salvation is the next-gen sequel to Iron Guard, which I only reviewed a couple of months back on PSVR2, and it's coming to MetaQuest first, with the PCVR and PSVR2 versions coming in the later part of 2025. It's obviously a tower defense game, but with a twist, where instead of just clicking and pointing, you actually take control of a small ship that can also be used to deal damage too. There's over 25 turret types, and during battles you'll have to manage harvesters and resource lines. Each mission spans different planets across the solar system, where you have to defend cities and outposts. Iron Guard Salvation will also have leaderboards, adjustable difficulties, and a massive campaign. Well, that's all I've got for you today. Let me know which of these games you're looking forward to the most down in the comments section. Remember to leave a like and subscribe for more VR content, and consider becoming a backer of the channel via YouTube channel membership or Patreon, where you'll find exclusive perks and VR game giveaways in our community Discord. Thank you very much, and I'll see you all on the next one.